during the alphabet, I kind of got the bug, and I I don't know what would have happened, after a while if I hadn't gotten green lights, but um, I got this fixation on it, and I really wanted to make the grandmother. I wrote this script. There was it was very dense and short, and it had no form like a regular script. It might have been 8 pages long, and it had sentences, only, like it was broken down into lines of sentences, as in shots or scenes. And I, at that time, my friend Bushnell Keeler, um, and that's another whole story. Bushnell Keeler completely changed my life and helped me at many critical times in my life. And somewhere along in here, Bushnell and his wife Tootie told me about a new thing called the American Film Institute. And they were headquartered on H Street in Washington, D.C. And Bushnell and Tootie lived in Alexandria. And there was an independent grant program established. And Bushnell said, you should apply for a grant. And so I thought about that, and I looked into it and found that you needed to submit previous work and a script for something that you wanted to do. And I had those two things now. So I applied. And I waited. And while I was waiting, there had been a group earlier that had applied. They give them 4 times a year. So while I was waiting, the first group of winners were announced. I was beginning to learn established underground filmmakers and who had, been working in film for, a long time. And it dawned on me that I was a fool, and I, at that time, figured that there wasn't one chance I would get a grant. And I kept going to work, printing. And one day it was raining in Philadelphia. And I went out to go to work, and I was on the front step in the rain, and Peggy was in the doorway. And I sort of half-heartedly say, call me if anything exciting happens. And she said, call me if anything exciting happens, like something exciting was going to happen. And so I drove out to Germantown, and where I worked, and began printing with Flash. And that afternoon, the phone rang. I heard the phone ring, but the phone rang, sometimes every day. And but I remember the phone ringing. And it was Peggy calling, but she only talked to Roger. And Roger came downstairs and said, you're going to get a phone call in a couple of minutes, like he knew something. And then a couple of minutes later, the phone rang again. And it was George Stevens Jr. and Tony Villani. And that phone call changed my life completely. I had a grant to make a film.